Okay, look at the fancy digs I got here, right? Woo! Okay, how's everybody doing today? I'm Pearl of Wisdom. You're listening to the NHL Pearl of Wisdom show, coming to you live from my basement of my Seattle apartment. Oh boy! Hey, Jacket's here. Steel Flyers. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Jacket. That's why you've been away for a while. Okay, I reached out to you there on the Patreon, seeing if everything was all right. I'm glad you're back, my friend. Glad you are back. Look at the fancy digs. We spruced up the place with the new see the fancy new NHL Pearls of Wisdom show sign, and that's my. You can go to my Twitter there. See, you can see the Twitter. So that's good. I'd love to have you over at Twitter. So yeah, head over there and do that. Who else is in the house? Let me get you guys up on the chat here on my phone so I can see you when I'm off doing other stuff. Joey in the house. Let's get some hype for Joey. Woo! Nice. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Hitting like buttons and everything. So the weekend. Actually, to tell you the honest truth, I did watch some games on the weekend, but I wasn't. I was taking a little time with the little lady on the weekend. I was not really watching as much hockey as I normally do, which, as you know, is divorce worthy, which is why I have to take a break every once in a while, because I really like my wife a lot, so like her to stick around. Hey, Mercer, how you doing, sir? Everybody's in the house. Everybody's in the house. Everybody's in the house. Hockey News Report says he's going to try to update everything while the show is going. He forgot again, but it's okay. It just makes it more exciting when we find out. Make yourself bigger? I don't know. I'll try. See if I can do that. There, how's that? See if that works. All the regulars in the house. That's right. So for anybody who's there, we go. Look at me grow. That was pretty cool. Anybody new here? What we do here is we go over all the weekend's games and we talk about crazy things that happen during them and all the storylines and playoffs coming up. And we talk about, and we made picks on Friday. And we're going to talk about those picks. Who got what right. Everybody gets points for it. Hockey News Reports, again, we'll see. Six, 5. Okay, that should be good there. I'm not going to go much bigger than that, I don't think. Hockey News Reports is in the house. Everybody give some props to Hockey News Reports. He's going to try to update the standings as the show is going on. So, I can't wait. I want to talk about the Vancouver game that happened Sunday. So I'm going to definitely be taking time. I'm going to talk about that right now. Let's talk about that. To me, that's the big story. We didn't do picks for that game. So, yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal. Vancouver and Toronto, okay? JT Miller comes out before the game and says that he doesn't think the players are ready. Tell me what you think about this in the chat. I know, eh? Cool new graphics. Tell me what you think about this in the chat. He doesn't think they're ready to play. They had a strain of COVID that kicked their butt pretty good. Some of the guys pretty good. And he came out and basically said, we don't think they're ready. I'll play because I'm paid to play. But he really looked pretty upset about it. Let's put it that way. Fairly upset. Then they decide to go ahead and play it anyways. They have to scrape together enough players to play. Some of the players that, are apparently too tired, or I don't know. It doesn't look good. And they're playing a Toronto team that's fairly rested. And Holtby is in net. Holtby, because Demko is out. This should be they should crush this game. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like the new layout. You can thank Steele for that. Steele does all that fine stuff. He's amazing. Anyways, tell me what you think here. Is it possible here that the league went to Vancouver and said, hey, you know what, tell JT, zip it right now. And they went to the Maple Leafs and he said, look, we got to continue playing these games. We got to continue playing these games. So if you play the games, you want to continue. Everybody wants to play the games. The players do. If they got to cancel games, they're not going to get paid. The owners do, because they need to make as much money as possible because they're taking a loss. The league does because it's better. Not only that, you've got sponsors that you've already committed to for these games. Is it possible that the league went to Toronto and said, hey, take it easy on Vancouver. We can't have a blowout here. Let's try to make it something in the sense like we'll give you you take a point when you're shooting on Holtby, just shoot right at him. And that's what they did all night. Like when they had so many shots at Holtby where it was basically just right at him. And I played hockey before. They were shooting from spots. It's like that. You just don't do that. It just doesn't. It seemed very weird to me. It seemed very weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never saw a good look at that. I thought he played good, but I mean, a lot of that's hard to imagine, but it just something, how Toronto doesn't crush that, I'll never know. Either that or Vancouver wasn't as, and basically it smooths everything over. Vancouver has a little more time now to get rested. They get 2 points out of it. Toronto gets 1 point out of it, which they didn't really need the points anyways. Nobody's none the wiser. They get the games in and they can move on. That's what, I don't know. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I just find something very funny about that. Toronto, like with the situation they were in, the players that were playing, they hadn't played in a long time. You had Miller come out and say they were all tired and not ready to play. And Toronto doesn't crush them? Like crush them. It just doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right to me. What do you guys think? So anyways, that's my rant. Even though I don't even know if it's true. It's probably just me because I'm upset because I picked them and they didn't actually get in there. But I have, it's probably what it is. I just cannot believe that Toronto did not crush that game. Let's put it this way. And here's the other thing, okay? After the game is over, basically losing that game is no different than losing to a Zamboni driver. When Toronto lost to a Zamboni driver, it was all over the media. They were like, can you believe it? They were like, this is a disgrace. This is an embarrassment to the Toronto Maple Leafs in Toronto and everywhere. Now, I'll get to that in a second. Now, though, they're talking, gritty win by Vancouver. Gritty win by Vancouver. No, Toronto, it's an embarrassing loss by Toronto. Embarrassing. You cannot lose that game. It's just as embarrassing as losing to a Zamboni driver, with the guys they had in there, and the level of fitness that they were in. That is just as embarrassing as losing to the Zamboni driver, and they made it sound like Vancouver was. The hit on, do I think it was dirty? I don't think it was intentional. Let's put it that way. I don't think it was intentional. I think he's going to get a game for it because they can't really decipher intention. And no matter what you say, it was a knee on knee. So I don't think, especially like it's Edler. Edler has never done anything like that before. So, or you would ever think of it if you ever knew him. He was exhausted. He was coming off the ice. And he was just trying to get off the ice. I don't think he was really thinking about where his foot was going or whatever the case may be. That's just me. I don't think so. But I do think he's going to get a game for sure. Vancouver didn't surprise me. Toronto surprised me. Vancouver didn't surprise me at all. Toronto surprised me. Toronto surprised me that they did not crush that game. I mean, Vancouver played with some gumption, but Toronto could have absolutely destroyed them, and they didn't. They just didn't. Well, Hot Take Hockey's a Leafs fan, so. I'm not surprised by what Vancouver did. I mean, every shot they had on Holtby was either right at his pads or into his stomach, pretty much. Although he had the one save there where he poke checked it and he caught it with his pad, which will be shown on as one of the. But besides that, I don't know. It's no excuse to me. If basically, I would want the media to say that's a disgrace that the Leafs lost that game, and they didn't. Because they can't. They can't say that. They can't say that. Because the league knows that Vancouver shouldn't have been playing that game. You know, there was a whole political thing going on with that game. There's no doubt about it. It was, if what JT Miller is saying, there's no way you play that game. He came out in public. And he did it from his home. And apparently nobody knew he was going to do it. I had the Bruins all day in that game. It was a back-to-back. Capitals don't play well tired. They had Vanacek in, and Vanacek is proving to not be a great goaltender after all. As soon as the league had a read on him, he's not very good. He likely won't be playing as a backup next year. So, Oilers fan, how you doing, buddy? Okay, what do we got? We're at 1:15. We got lots of people in here, so we're going to go back to Friday's games. We're going to talk about them. Like I said, keep on talking there, asking me questions. We don't need to talk about the games. I'd rather talk about what you guys are asking. Do I think, which Hathaway hit are you talking about? It's weird. I don't keep up with the dirty hits too much and stuff like that. When I played, a lot of the stuff they call dirty now was just the way the game was. Yeah, and they were on a back-to-back. Do I think the Nucks get smoked tomorrow? Good question. I don't know. We'll see. Who are they playing tomorrow? Are they playing Toronto again? Yeah, I would have to think that Toronto wins that game tomorrow, but we'll see. Well, they're kind of kicking themselves that they traded Siegenthaler away. Nobody won that game, Bill. That was we'll get that. Let's go talk about the games because I want to talk about that one too. But let's go talk about the games. Okay. I got you up here. I can hear you. I can watch you guys in the chat. Nobody won that game. That was a terrible game. What a horrible game that was. I'm a Flyers fan, and if the Flyers would have actually won that game, I would have been like, yeah, whatever. That's not a win. They both teams played absolutely terrible that game. Okay, first one. We got Canadians over the Flames 2-1. Anybody have the score right? Nobody had the score right. I had the Habs. Mercer had the Habs. Everybody else liked the Flames in that game. And it was an okay game, I suppose. There was nothing too spectacular about it. Again, this is two teams that are struggling right now. The Flames did outshoot the Canadians, and that bodes well for, Jake Allen was in net. I don't know. It was an okay game. I watched it. It would have been exciting if you were a Montreal or Calgary fan, but for the most part, it was kind of skating in mud, which is not something you want to see if you're a Calgary and Montreal fan, because that was an important game. They should have been rocking, but they weren't. Neither team was really rocking in that game. Tyler Toffoli scored his 21st, though, and Suzuki looks good. It's just they're still too green, Montreal, I think. What do you guys think? No, this is Friday. We're going back to Friday because we had picks for Friday. Anything spectacular? Anybody know anything spectacular that happened in that game? As far as ice time is concerned, 2 new coaches, and Drouin was the talk of the town after that game. He's not doing anything. That was the thing I noticed about Montreal is Drouin is playing so perimeter. It's like he doesn't want to get hit. I don't know if he's injured or what, but he's been so inconsistent his whole career. Sherratt was back for that game, played 22 minutes. And Edmondson played 20 minutes. So it was an okay game. No Gustafsson yet. Let's go to still no Gustafsson in the lineup yet. I can't wait till the first game that they play Gustafsson. Bruins versus Islanders. That was a neat, interesting game because they had Swayman and Sorokin. The Swayman kid. I've been listening to Sirius Radio, and there was a couple guys that were from the college area, and they've been yelling about Swayman now for a long time. I don't know how I'd never heard of him before, but they swear up and down that he's going to be their number one goaltender very quickly. Like the kid just is like kind of like Carter Hart was when he first came up. I like the Oilers in the Oilers game. The Bruins played a fantastic game here. I like Taylor Hall in that uniform. Taylor Hall looks awesome in a Boston Bruins uniform. It's like suits him perfect. Forget about how he's playing, which is really good as well. And he looks like he's having a really good time. It's the first time I think in his career where I've thought Hall is having a good time while he's playing. It was pretty cool. Islanders, ever since the Islanders went and traded for Palmieri and Zajac, who, by the way, got 15 minutes and 13 minutes respectively, they've been out of sync. They haven't looked all that great. Hey, Hot Take Hockey. Somebody, John, talking about The GOAT 2. Welcome to the stream. The real chosen ones. Woo! How you doing, guys? Yeah, he's looked really good there. He doesn't have to be the man, which is kind of the first time in his career where he's gone to a team where he really didn't have to be the guy. When he was in Edmonton, he had to. He was their best player for most of it. New Jersey, he took everybody on his back and brought him to the playoffs one year and got the MVP. Then in Arizona, he was as well. In fact, he went to Arizona with the label of basically savior because they had to make the playoffs. They were desperately looking to make the playoffs, and he came in there and had to do that. And then he goes to Buffalo, and same thing. Kind of like a savior tag on him to try to make the playoffs again. Most of us knew it was never going to happen, but it still was there. So now he's in Boston. I wonder, now that he's in Boston, if he's going to start thinking maybe money isn't as important as he thought. And they work out a deal with him. Because I know when I first started on this, I didn't think that was going to happen. So anyways, the score was... It was a good game. It was a really good game, but the Islanders looked bad, and it's really surprising ever since that trade. They haven't looked good. 3-0. I had 3-1. Gideon had 3-1. No, I had 3-1 Isles. Sorry, I didn't. Why did I say Isles? Huh. Who had the Bruins? Mercer was close. He had 3-1 Bruins, but nobody had 3-0. Bill T had 3-2. Mercer was the closest. And LaRose had the Bruins as well. Okay, Wild and Sharks. Wild just barely scraped into this game, and that was really surprising to me. They barely won this game. It's a little funny with the Wild. Sometimes they just play right out of their heads. They only had 18 shots on goal against a Sharks team that I didn't really watch. Did anybody watch this game? Because that is not what Minnesota is about. Getting only 18 shots on goal. They must have been tired in that game. Matt Zuccarello got one. Zach Parise is coming on late. Now that it's getting close to playoff time, we're hearing Zach Parise's name more. So that'll be interesting for Minnesota because they're going to need him rolling for sure. You went and saw that game last night? Oh, man. I feel sorry for you. That was one boring game to watch. My gosh. Two teams that looked like they couldn't move. Either team. It was a terrible game to watch. I'm a Flyers fan, and I couldn't watch it for very long. You liked the way they played. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't like the way they played at all. They played boring. To me, it was a really boring game. Very boring. No move. Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree. I think neither team won that game. If there was a way for there to be like no points given to either team, that would be the game. That no points should be given to either team. It's terrible. Yeah, it did. It sucked. I agree. Thank you, Bill. Okay, next game. Wasn't much to. That was a really boring game, by the way, as well. Marc-Edouard Vlasic was back for San Jose. If that means anything to anybody. Jones was really the reason why they lost. Yeah, he had one really bad goal there. Yeah, it was not a great game. Fortunately for Minnesota, they were playing San Jose, or they probably lose that night. However, what were the scores? It was 3-2 Wild, so nobody had 3-2 Wild. Everybody had Wild, so nobody caught up on points on that game. Brian Elliott and Sorokin were dominant, I suppose, because they didn't really have much to, I don't know. I wouldn't say that's dominant. They didn't really have much for shots. The Islanders looked like they didn't have any sting in their shots. I mean, did Elliott play well? I suppose, but I wouldn't say he was overly challenged either. Neither goaltender was overly challenged in that game. Oh, yeah, the Hathaway hit on Tenorti. I remember seeing it, but I don't think Hathaway meant to do that either from what I remember, but I don't want to say too much about it. Both teams got shut out. Yeah, I mean, you can have boring games. It's not just because it was 0-0. I've seen 0-0 games that were really exciting, but that was not one. That was really not one. That was like watching the New Jersey Devils if there was another New Jersey Devils team in the 1990s play against each other. That's what it was like last night. They were both playing not to lose. And it's no surprise it went to overtime because it was like they were both saying, let's just take the point and get out of here. That's what it seemed like to me. Yeah, Tenorti was bleeding a lot. That's what it was. Tuukka Rask was playing in that game, right? The Bruins game. That's right. Why did it? Or was it the game after that? No, it was the game after that. Okay, Golden Knights versus Ducks. There's not much to talk about with this game. The Golden Knights could have beat them a lot more than they did. It was, they absolutely destroyed them. 51 shots on goal for the Golden Knights to 16. So, yeah, Anaheim was out of it before it even got started. I love Stone. I could watch Stone play hockey every single day. He's got to be. It's hard to pick between him, Brady Tkachuk, as my favorite skater, not goaltender in the league. Brady or Stone. I love them both. My favorite. What a great pickup for Vegas to get that from Ottawa. Yeah, we'll see what Mantha does, but I think you're probably right. I think it was probably a good trade for Mantha. Mantha was losing confidence quickly in Detroit. I think that was the problem. He wasn't handling losing well. And I think Stevie Y knows that in the end he might not win that trade. But he's got to do what's best for the player involved. So, all right, I will have to agree to disagree, Steele. I did not think they played well. I didn't think either team was playing well at all. I thought both teams were just playing very boring hockey. I think he could be, yeah, that's for sure. I had a gut feeling that they might win that game. I was so close to taking them, Buffalo, to win that game. It was a good spot for them, but I didn't. I thought they were going to play Hauser, and I couldn't pick that with Hauser in that. But they went back to Tokarski again, back to back. And Tokarski has found his confidence in the NHL now. He's worked with NHL coaches. I really hope he keeps on playing like that because Tokarski is one of the greatest guys you ever. people you're ever going to meet. He's fantastic. Him and his wife both are just great humans, and he's worked his bag off to become a better goaltender, and stuck with it and stuck with it and stuck with it, and went all over the minors and Europe and everywhere, and now he's got a chance. Stone for Selke. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Stone for Selke for sure. First time a Winger's won a Selke in quite some time. How long, I wonder? First time, when's the last time a Winger won a Selke? I'd have to look that up. Somebody look that up for me. When's the last time a Winger won a Selke? It's not. It wouldn't be the first time a Winger's won a Selke, would it? I know that they haven't won to. The Wingers generally don't win Selkies. It almost always goes to centermen. Yeah. Hey, Van Hook. How you doing, buddy? Okay, let's go to Saturday's games then. We got 9 games to get to, and so the first one was the Devils and the Rangers. Did I do the scores for that last one? Oh, no, I didn't. Let me get here. Vegas, what was the score? 4-0. I don't think anybody would have 4-0. I had 5-2. Everybody had Vegas. The closest was Ulysses, who isn't here. He had 4-1. But everybody had Vegas, so everybody gets points. All the points in the land go to everybody. Yeah, that's an incredible thing. Marleau getting that record. I think everybody thought that record would last forever. That was fantastic that he got that record. Absolutely. And another guy, just one of the greatest guys ever to play the game. He's talking about playing again next year, but I don't know. What do you guys figure? Do you think he should play again next year? Hold my horses. Okay, let's get to the Devils versus Rangers. It's just the Rangers own the Devils. Just own the Devils. There was really that. I watched that game. The Devils could do nothing against the Rangers that game. I got to go back to it now. Saturday. It was 6-3, wasn't it? Yeah, 6-3. And somebody had that. Avatar nailed it. 6-3. Woo! Let's get some hype in the chat, yo. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome into the chat live, Vaughn. Yeah, Avatar got it, even though Avatar's not here. He'll feel the energy of our hype. I know he will. We'll give him hype right now, a little Perlo dance. And then whatever he's doing, he'll stop and go, what was that? It'll give him like, one of those little shivers. He'll get one of those shivers. So give him some hype in the chat. Avatar hype, woo! Okay. There really isn't much to say about that game. Shesterkin rocks. San Jose put Dell in. Dell is not an NHL goaltender, obviously. I don't know what his numbers are, but he couldn't make it in San Jose. He got picked up by Toronto, and the Devils had some injuries and brought him in, and now they're trying him out. Basically, the Devils are tanking now. They're just going to take their pick and move on. They got too many young guys. Yeah. Then the Capitals played the Flyers. Did anybody have the Devils? Some people had the Devils. Mercer was close, 5-3. But Avatar hitting at 6-3 was pretty impressive. Capitals versus Flyers, that was pretty much predictable. Alex Lyon The poor guy. Really would be cool if Alex Lyon could make it, but it doesn't look like it. He did not look good in that game at all. I actually, if you thought that, I didn't think the Flyers played horrible in this game. It's just the Capitals were pretty strong. They were tired. The Flyers were in a terrible, like if you look at their record up into this game, if you look at the Flyers record or schedule, they were really tired for this game. I thought they really gave it a good shot. And now back to the Flyers Islanders game last night. I should note that I thought the Flyers were probably tired for that one too. And they should have been more tired than the Islanders. So I got to give them a little bit of props here because they've had a brutal record. And the fact that it was a boring game maybe has nothing to do with that as much as just a really brutal schedule for them lately. So, and the Islanders really had less excuse. So in that way, I would say the Islanders played better. The Capitals have a great offensive team for sure. The Capitals, it's discipline. The Capitals and discipline, they need to be more disciplined. It was great for this game, but they're playing a super tired Philadelphia Flyers team. The Capitals, and then they lose to Buffalo. Then they do stuff like lose to Buffalo because they're not prepared for it. Who got Ovechkin got a goal, got 2 on this one. He's got 24 this year already. Again, guy just crushes it. Crushes it. I say Washington can win a cup again. But the two things I'm concerned about is Samsonov is inconsistent. And if he gets hurt, they're done because Vanacek is not it. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to make up those games either. It's going to be just stupid. Pretty much don't even bother taking the Canucks for the rest of the way, except for the one that the league gave them last night. Unless they keep on doing it because they feel bad. I don't know. One thing I do got to say from these Philadelphia games that I saw, Gosh Despear does look a lot better. Without, they wouldn't. There's no way Washington makes it past the first round with Vanacek as their goaltender. No way. I doubt it anyways. They're going to be playing either the Islanders or the Penguins. No. I can't see it. You can't outscore people that much. Unless Vanacek goes out of his head and all of a sudden starts playing like crazy, but I don't see it. You're right. Go Caps. You're talking about Connor Sheary. Yeah, he's looked fantastic for Washington this year. Nice limited minutes. He's got to play limited minutes, and it seems that Laviolette has found the sweet spot with him. He plays him about 13 minutes a night. He gives everything he's got for those 13 minutes, keeps his energy up, and plays a little bit of power play time, and it's like perfect for him. No, it hasn't been as awful as it sounds. Now, Ghost has actually looked really good. The last couple games I've seen, I think he's been possibly even their best defenseman sometimes. It looks like he's got jump back and everything like that. And a guy who's kept on was backing Ghost over and over and over again, Professor Joe Boric was backing Ghost all the way through. Never talk crap about him. That's why we call him the Professor. Yeah, well, I mean, better hope Samsonov goes down. That would be quite the series. Washington versus Boston. I do not want to be playing Boston in the first round. As soon as they get all their injuries back and Rask is back and all that stuff like that, I would not want to be playing them in the first round for sure. I wouldn't say you were as supportive as Joe was of Gosh Despair, buddy. I'm not sure. You were, I guess, but Joe was really like he's going to be fine and all that stuff like that. And I gotta admit, wasn't me. I wasn't. But I'm a negative Nancy. Yeah, that's true. And Joe doesn't support Braun either. So, okay, let's get to the Sabres and Penguins. This is the one that the Penguins won, right? What was the score on that game? 6-3 Capitals. Ulysses again was really close. He's a Rangers fan. No, he had 5-3. Avatar had 5-2 Capitals. Bill T had 5-3 Capitals. So close. Washington has a chance, yeah. Samsonov's got to play out of his head, though. So that's my main thing I'm concerned about with Washington is that they'll get the goaltending. Mercer's got to go. No, he's not saying he has to go. He's just saying that you got that Boston. You're going to have to go pedal to the metal to get Washington to beat Boston in the playoffs. And I agree. They're going to be probably fully healed by then. They'll have Carlo back, Chara and everybody back. Rask will be in net. Then they'll have Hall will have played for a while, and they would be, that I wouldn't want to play him in the first round for sure. That would be my team to not play in the first round. The next game was Penguins and Sabres. That was a really tight game. I do think the Penguins really deserved a better score in the first game, a higher score. They did outplay the Sabres quite a bit of the game, but the Sabres never looked all that bad. Who I've really loved from the Sabres ever since Hall left is Reinhart. Reinhart has really taken the reins for that team. I'm pretty sure they won't be trading him away. Cousins has looked really good. The team, Middlestad's getting 17 minutes a night. I love the way this coach is letting the kids play and not taking their ice time away if they make a mistake and just giving it. And by the way, Bjork, all of a sudden Bjork gets some ice time and he doesn't have to worry about, whether if he makes one mistake, he's going to be taken off the line or something like that. And he's looking not too bad. Jared McCann in this game had a killer shot. If that guy can he could be so off the charts good, that guy. I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to dial it in. And you got to say, whatever you want to say about Pittsburgh, they seem to get the best out of any player that goes there. Evan Rodriguez was on Buffalo last year. He's got 6 goals this year. And has looked good a lot of the time. He's got a lot of speed. He's he's playing aggressive. He's not playing perimeter. I don't know what Sullivan says to these guys to get them to move or how he does it, but he does it well. I know one thing I heard that he does a lot of competitions within the dressing room that are pretty funny and keeps it very loose in the room. Ralph Kruger was a terrible coach. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I would have to say so. I thought he was good in Edmonton, but I don't know. It wasn't working there for sure. Either that or you can look at it that Granato is just one heck of a coach. You have him on your fantasy? Sweet. Well, they can't be shopping DeBrusque now. Maybe in the off season, but they can't trade him now. So, what do we have? So this score was 3-2. By the way, who's this Bryson kid? Man, he looks good out there on defense for them. Tokarski in this game had 38 saves and 41 shots, .927. This Granado guy has got so much confidence in this room. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Skinner still sucks, though. Doesn't change that Skinner still sucks. Skinner still had one hit, which I imagine he just incidentally banged into somebody. Maybe. Sullivan could definitely go down as the greatest. Wow, there's a lot of guys like there's Brooks, U.S.-born coaches. Isn't Constantine American? I never pay attention to what country people are from. What other coaches are there that are American? But he's got to be right up there. Yeah, he's got to win at least one Coach of the Year. Nobody's going to trade for Skinner. It's everything has changed in Buffalo except that Skinner sucks. He still sucks. He's scored one or two more though, but he still looks terrible out there. Actually, no. How many shots did he have in this game? He had one shot on goal this game. Skinner. So the score was 3-2 Penguins. Mercer nails it. Mercer nails it. Hockey News reports, are you going to be able to get those updated standings before we go to break? If you could let me know, that would be great. Mercer nails it. Let's get some Mercer hype in the chat. Pearls of Wisdom necklace heading your way, my friend. Perlocoptered by Hernandez and Melissa. Signed by me. Ooh, yes. Mercer hype nailed it. CL also nailed it. CL nailed it too. I had 4-2 Penguins because I pick last and I never pick what anybody else picks. That's me making excuses. Torts is American. Yeah. Laviolette is American. I thought he was American. Yeah, he's definitely going to the Hall of Fame for sure. So, yeah, Avatar, Ulysses, Mercer, CL, and Perlo had the Penguins. Now, Senators versus the Canadians. Did we not do the Coyotes and Blue Jackets? Or yeah, we did. What the heck? Okay, Coyotes and Blue Jackets. I'm not going to talk much about that game because it was pretty much. Devils versus Rangers, Capitals versus Flyers, Penguins versus Senators versus Canadians. 4-0 was the score. The Canadians, wow, talk about drop the ball. Holy crap. Losing to the Senators in that spot was brutal. And can we now say Carey Price is not a good goaltender? I hate to say it, but they had 15 shots on goal, yo. 15 shots on goal, and they scored 4 goals. He didn't look good. He hasn't looked good for a while. It's time that we have to admit it. Price is not a good goaltender now. Not even average, I don't think. This year, he has been below average as a goaltender. No, and he was really the reason they lost that game in a lot of ways. Canadians could have played with more speed for sure, but I mean, there's a lot of more things they could have did. But they did they did restrict the Senators to 15 shots, and they weren't like incredibly good shots, and they didn't score, so that's a thing too. You got to be. Against Murray, which it was Murray, right? Yeah, Murray. Murray gets a shutout. But it was much the same as the Islanders game. It was a very uneventful game. 7.5 save percentage. Yeah, I know. What a terrible. Eric Stahl has got to be going, what did I do? He leaves Buffalo to go to Montreal, and now they can't win. And Buffalo is winning. And he's like, what's wrong with me? Is it something I did? Oh, yeah, smash the like and the sub. Absolutely. The only one that I saw playing in this game for Montreal was Perry. Besides that, it was terrible. Anyways, 4-0. Ottawa, nobody. I had 4-2 Senators. Wow. I just about nailed it. Avatar had the Senators and Ulysses had the Senators. So we were close. Okay, we got lots more to go to here. Holy crap, I'm taking way too long. Okay, let's get to the rest of the games and then we got to go to our commercial break. Blues versus Coyotes. Where is this game? Oh, that's why. Okay. Not much to talk about in this game. The Coyotes won 3-2. The Blues needed that game hardcore, and they didn't get it. The Coyotes were all over them when I watched that game. They actually outplayed them too. And Mercer again. Mercer had the Yotes 3-2. Mercer hype. Nailed it. Serrano had the Yotes. Gideon got the score right, 3-2, but had the Blues. Oilers versus Jets. I screwed up on this game because I did not realize that the Jets had flown all the way from freaking East to play this game, had played 4 games in 6. It just totally dropped the ball on this pick. Totally dropped the ball on this pick. Anyways, the Oilers outplayed them, and I did this with Peyton, by the way. I did this with Peyton on the radio. Check out his channel, Peyton on the radio. He's part of the Steel Flyers All Sports Network. We did it live. He did the play-by-play, and the Jets just were tired. They were tired. The Oilers would have been a disgrace if they lost that game. So nobody had 3-0 Oilers. Implicit had 5-1. What the heck happened there? Avatar had 5-4. And Mercer again had the Oilers. Mercer's just racking up the points here. Hurricanes versus the Preds. This score does not at all show how good the game was. The Hurricanes absolutely romped the Preds in this game. What were the shots in this game? By the way, I nailed it. I nailed the score 3-1 on that one. You had the Blues. Yeah, I know. We said that. You had the Blues 3-2? Okay, so you got the score right. I got the score right on that one. 3-1 Canes. I had it right. So, woo, little Perlo dance for me. I get myself. I'm going to take a Ringo Perlo. I want to get one for every finger on my hands. Everybody had the, let's see. Bill T had 3-2 Canes. CL had the Canes. Ulysses had the Canes, and everybody else had the Preds. The Hurricanes outshot the Predators 48-28. They ruined them. I watched that game. It was like a clinic. The Canes put on a clinic in this game. Duchesne on his first game back had 3 hits. He actually hit people. 2 shots on goal. That was his first game back from being injured. Yeah, John Whitechel, I talked about that, and that was a disgrace that Toronto lost that game. Yay, Perlo Demand. Hey, Kyle Hinteling. Oh, wow, we're getting everybody in here. This is exciting. I'm so glad to have everybody here today. So good. So awesome. But, yeah, the Canes played really well. Just love the way they're playing. Love. Nedeljkovic rocked it that game. Yanni Hakanpää that they picked up from Anaheim. What a great name. Yanni Hakanpää scored his first goal of the year and as a Carolina Hurricane. That guy is such a character. He's amazing. Watch him play. You can't help but notice him. Svechnikov finally got a goal last night. He's been cold. Yeah, big hype in the chat for John and Kyle. They're relatively new. Everybody show them some love. Anyways, that was a fun game to watch if you're a Canes fan because they rocked it. Next game. Oh, yeah. Talk about this game. The Panthers versus the Lightning. And this Lightning team, man, is until they show me otherwise, they're not good. They're not a good team. They keep on playing the way they're playing. First round and out, no doubt about it. I did not watch a lot of this game, so I can't really say if it was Vasilevsky had a bad game or what. The shots were even, though. Brandon Montour scored his first game as a Florida Panther. Bennett got his first assist. Did he get any more points out of there? I didn't look at this. Gusev got an assist. A whole bunch of the new guys got some points there for Florida. Frank Vetrano scored. Duclair scored. Oh, lots of different Florida Panthers scored all over the lineup. But Tampa Bay did not look good again. And they have not looked good so much. Tampa sucks this year. They can go far. They have the talent to go far. But what I've seen from them this year, they're not going nowhere. They are looking terrible. Absolutely terrible. Considering the talent that they have on their team, they've looked awful. I don't know. I mean, I really like Cooper, but this seems to happen a lot. One thing I do know is that he does a lot of strange stuff where he puts in the backup by surprise. I think I'm leaning. There are coaches that do this, that cause strife in the room and really get them to have to overcome adversity. And after they lost in the first round, when they crushed it through the whole regular season, I think this is what's happening here. I think maybe he might be creating some adversity or something. I don't know, but it doesn't look good. There are guys on that team that look absolutely invisible right now. It's crazy. Anyways, what was the score in that game? Because we got to do our last ones and we got to go to break here. And then we're going to do our picks for tonight. We got 2 more to do. So no, we don't. We only did the Blackhawks and the Kings after this. Wings, I mean. Panthers 5-3. Bill had the Panthers. Serrano had the Panthers 4-3. That was darn close. You've been slacking? Yeah. Evan, I know if you watched the Tampa the last couple games they played, you would be like, no. Oh, by the way, E-Money, yeah, E-Money is got his own. It's called the E-Money Podcast. Evan Sullivan, freaking awesome. Go check it out. It's a great podcast. Uh, I had 4-3 Panthers, so close. Gideon had 4-1 Panthers. Nobody had 5-3. Blackhawks, Wings. Uh, Everybody had the Hawks, but me, I had the Wings. So I didn't get anything on that. Nobody had 4-0. Won't get too much into that game because it wasn't that great of a game. And it doesn't have much to do with the standings, except the Hawks. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the Hawks can do the next game tonight, because that's going to be a big one. It's called On the Money. Yes. Okay, boys and girls, there we did all our picks. I don't know if Hockey News Reports is going to update the standings, but do you like my new swag I got going on the channel here? Huh? Steel has hooked me up, buddy. I just got that this morning, all just unwrapped, brand new, not a scratch on it. Pretty cool, eh? I think so. Okay, we're going to go to a word from our sponsor, and when we come back, it's going to be picks, and more picks. It's going to be awesome.
Greetings. This is Steel Flyers from the Steel Flyers All Sports Network, and we have two very special guests. We are delighted to be joined by Tracy Musser and Nicole Howard from the Canine Country Club Resorts. Tracy and Nicole are both managers for CCC Resorts and work at the Windsor or at the club, one of two locations both in Manheim, Pennsylvania. Congratulations on your 30th year anniversary of being in business. Let me start off by saying this. Steel Flyer stands behind this company 100%. Taken care of Steel Flyer's furry friend for the last 2 years now, and they are a one-stop shop for everything your furry friend needs. In fact, let's find out what our friends at CCC Resorts offer. Nicole, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. What are some of the great boarding services that you guys offer, and what do we have to do in order to get our furry friends taken care of when we are unable to travel with them?
Well, we like to bring everybody in for a tour first. That way they can see the behind the scenes, they can see where they stay, they can see where they play, and then we explain all of the fun things that we can add on to their reservation, whether it be one of our packages, either a nature walk, a ball time, or even a cuddle time.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. Boy, it sure sounds like a resort to me. So how are you today, Tracy?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tracy, tell me, is it true that you guys have both an indoor and an outdoor pool at the Windsor location?
It is true. We've got one of each, so we're able to offer year-round swimming. The indoor pool is a great option for dogs who are swimming for therapy or rehab. It's got that sloped entry so they can wade into the water. Our outdoor pool is a little bit larger, and it's 4 foot deep the whole way across. And both of them are saltwater pools, so it's really easy on the dog's skin and coat.
Wow, that's very awesome. So then during the summer months, you have a much deeper pool outside and then a sloped entry shallow pool indoors for the dogs. Tracy, tell the folks how we can get some pool time.
Well, the first thing everyone does is come for an intro swim. We use that time to make sure the dog is comfortable in the water. We make sure they know how to get out of the pool safely, and we go over all the pool rules and etiquette with the clients as well. After that, they're able to schedule private appointments where they have the pool to themselves, or they can invite friends and have a whole group swim going on.
So after a dip in the pool, then it would have to be off to the groomers, right? I mean, our furry friends cannot go out looking their best. Nicole, what are some of the great services your top-notch groomers provide?
Our groomers, they specialize in full service grooms. We can do the basics, whether it be just a bath and a brush out or a blowout. Or for the extra pampered pooches, we can do nail dremels, we can do deodorizing soaks, and also facials.
Wow, man, that sounds like a resort if you ask me. Tracy, I know one of the main programs here at CCC Resorts is the WAGS program. The Steel Flyers dog is enrolled in this program. So why don't you tell the folks what is involved in this and how they can get enrolled?
Yeah, the WAGS program is our primary daycare option at the Windsor. It's designed to be a structured program for people who are looking for a set routine for their dog. They all come on the same days each week, which allows them to have set friends, and we know exactly what's going on with each group. So we do a little bit more activities and we build more into their daily routine there. But we've got other daycare options as well for people looking for a little less commitment. We do an hourly care where you can drop them off and just pay by the hour. We also do a day stay option, which is great for the dogs that prefer human friends instead of making friends with other dogs. And then we have a traditional daycare option as well if you're looking for the occasional outing for your dog.
Wow, there you have it. A full service groomer, a daycare program, and an indoor and outdoor pool. What more could you ask for? Sure seems like CCC Resorts has everything covered. Remember, DOG, depend on God.
Welcome back. We're back. Now we're going to be doing our picks for tonight. Now, if you're new here and you don't know what that is or how we do that, it's quite simple. You simply we're going to do a game, whatever game we do, you simply just say who's going to win, what the score is going to be, and then while we're doing it, we talk hockey the whole time about whatever the games are and all that kind of stuff like that. So, 3-2 Yotes. Okay, yeah. That was a good win, but we'll get into that right away because we're going to talk about the games today. Okay, here we go. How many games do we have tonight? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games tonight on tap. Is that tonight? Today's Monday, right? Yeah. The first game we're going to be doing is the Hurricanes versus the Lightning. Now, the Bolts have been playing poopty lately, as we just discussed. As far as starting goaltenders are concerned, let me get you up here, make sure. Yeah, they haven't had Cooch. I don't know. Having Cooch doesn't mean you can't have intensity while you play, though. I don't see intensity from this team. Even when Stamkos was in, they didn't play with an intensity that Mrazek is in for the Hurricanes, and Vasilevsky is in for the Lightning. This is the first game of a back-to-back against each other. It's actually a really huge game to put a stamp on who's the best team in this Central Division right now. So we'll see if the Hurricanes come out with some chutzpah, because this is huge. I think this is really going to say a lot about the Tampa Bay team if they can't come out for this one, to tell you the honest truth. So if you're new out there, what you do is you tell me what team, it's the Hurricanes or Lightning, you give me the score and who's going to win, and I will write it down in the Book O Perlo here. Oh, you got a whole bunch of them here already. Okay, Jacket. Canes 3-2. Yeah, from what I saw from that hit, I don't think Hathaway really meant to do it. Sorry, but Hintz, Lee, and takes. Canes 4-2. Van Hook takes the Bolts. 3-2, first Bolts. Mercer takes the Bolts. 3-1. CL is taking the Bolts too. Wow, people keep on going back to the Bolts. Avatar, Bolts, 5-3 Canes. Weichel takes the Bolts 4-2. I'm surprised how many people are taking the Bolts here. 3-2. Bill T takes the Canes 4-2. Brad Robson. Well, hey, welcome back, Brad. Takes the Canes 3-2. I think Vasilevsky's actually played really well, but Steele takes Canes 6-4. And Perlo, I'm going to take the Canes. Obviously, I'm going to take the Canes 3-1. I missed yours again, Gideon. Gideon, jeez, I miss you all the time. I don't know why. Canes 6-4. Okay, I got everybody now, I think. If you're new in the chat, all we're doing is you tell me who you think's going to win. We talk about the games. This is, to me, is going to be a really interesting game because if Tampa doesn't come out in this one, I mean, how can you not come out in this game? E-money. Bolts 4-3. Wow. Okay. Next game. The Blue Jackets versus the Panthers. Now, as far as I'm concerned, anyways, the Blue Jackets have looked absolutely terrible. Merzlikins is in net for the Blue Jackets, and Bobrovsky is in net for the Panthers. And they always play Bobrovsky against his old team. Now, it's going to be a back-to-back here against each other. So tomorrow will be interesting. But as it stands, do you think Columbus can start playing and beat their old goaltender here? Because they've really looked bad. Colorado postponed until Thursday. You can't show links on here, E. They don't let you for some reason. I don't know why. Hinsleyan, wow. Uh, 5-1 Panthers. Jacket. 5-2 Panthers. Avatar 3-2 Panthers. Oh, Gideon comes. I got you too. Gideon comes for the first one for the Jackets. 5-4 Jackets in OT. Wow, that would be something. You'd get ahead of. You'd move up the standings really quick if you nailed that one. Bill T. 3-1 Panthers. Weichel 4-1 Panthers. Everybody liking the Panthers. I don't blame you. Serrano, though, comes out with the big 4-2 Jackets. And Van Hook, the Hook, 4-3 Panthers. Steele, 4-1 Panthers. Wow, we're getting so many people in the chat here. I'm starting to get writer's cramp from all of this. Thanks for coming in, guys. It's awesome. We got a lot of, and look at all the likes. My gosh, I'm feeling all special. Anybody else in there? Panthers versus the Jackets. Oh, Mercer, 4-2 Panthers. There you go. I knew there was more guys out there. If the Jackets win this, there's a couple guys here. They're going to be moving up points huge. CL, 4-3 Panthers. Joey, no Columbus. I'll tell you, if Columbus wins, Joey and who was the other one that picked the Jackets? Serrano and Gideon. Especially if you hit the big five, you'd be moving up the standings right quick. So if there's anybody new here, you pick whatever team game we're doing, you pick who's going to win, what the score is going to be. You get points. And then you win fabulous prizes if you nail the scores right on them. And you also, at the end of the month, you can dare me something reasonable that Steele has to okay to do for a month. Steele is the Don, though. He has to be the one that okays it. Okay, next one. Stars versus Red Wings. Now, I've been interested to see who is going to be in net for this one. I know it's Hudobin is one of them. I wonder if they've updated they say Grice is projected. But Dallas has got everything going on here. Like, they need to win this game a lot. They are right in the thick of the playoff race. I'm going to look it up here. They're behind Chicago and Nashville right now. Only 3 points back. 3 games in hand on Nashville, 2 on Chicago. Yeah, they're starting to use up all their games in hand here, so they need this win. Huge. This is a big win for them. So we'll see. What do you guys think? You think Detroit's been playing a lot better? If Bernier's in net, Jacket has 3-2 Dallas. Gideon. 3-0 Stars. Bill T. 5-3 Stars. The Hook. 3-1 Stars. Everybody's got the Stars. Oh, here comes the Wings, guys. Here they come. I knew they were coming. 3-1 Wings. Hensley and 4-2 Stars. Weichel. Four nothing Stars. Steel 5-4 in OT. Kind of thought I'd see a couple more Red Wings here, but... Oh, yeah? Sagan will be back next week. That'll be huge. Stars in OT. Radulov out for the rest of the season, yeah. Hockey News reports. 3-2 Stars. And Mercer. 4-1 Stars. Steele going for 7 points. Perlo, I'm going to take... Everybody took mine, really. I'm going to take 2-0 Stars. I'll do the shutout. Why not? You missed the Hurricanes and the Bolts and the Blue Jackets and the Panthers. Okay, we got to keep going here. Well, actually, we're not in that much of a hurry, but we'll keep going anyways because I like to chat afterwards. It's fun. Oh, this will be an interesting one. The Blackhawks and the Predators. This is also a huge game. Huge game. I believe they're like 1 point behind each other. They're right neck and neck in the standings. Yeah, Chicago's 2 points back with a game in hand. This is an enormous game. I imagine it's got to be... They haven't okayed... They haven't said that Kevin Lankinen's in. And Juicy Saros is likely. But you got to figure Lankinen's in on this one, right? Like, this is one of the hugest games of the year for them. It's going to be insane. Hockey News, HNR. If I don't get to your picks, HNR, just write them down anyways. 2-1 Preds. Bill T. I guess I should be looking at injuries too. Yes, Calvin DeHaan and Boquist are hurt. That's pretty big. Duchesne is back for Nashville. 4-2 Preds. Which I don't know if it's a good thing or not. 3-2 Hawks. We got our first Hawks in here. Gideon going with the Preds. Jacket 3-2 Chicago. Really, Jacket? Steele is taking Chicago. 3-2 OT again. He's trying to catch up. CL 6-5 Preds. Wow, big scoring game. That's surprising. Avatar 4-2 Hawks. Yeah, if Subban, that changes it. He did have a good last game, but mine on left wing lock has Lankinen projected. I don't know why Subban would be in unless there's something wrong with Lankinen. That if they go Subban twice in a row, that's a little bit troublesome for Chicago because I would have to think there's something wrong with Kevin Lankinen if that's the case. Mercer's got Hawks 4-3. Is that everything? Everybody good? Everybody good? We're going to go to the next game. Give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. That's not seconds at all. That's way too fast. I missed Joey. Joey Serrano, where? Yeah, Toivonen is out. Yeah, he's been out for a bit. Mercer, yeah, I got you. 4-3 Hawks. Where's Joey's? Serrano 4-2 Dallas. I did miss you on the Dallas game. Okay, now what about this game? Where did I get Joey Serrano 4-2 Dallas? Chicago 3-2. Did I not have that? Okay, I'm pretty sure I got everybody now. I got it. I got it now for sure. Okay, now we can go on to the next game. Okay, next game. Wild versus the Coyotes, and I'm feeling funny about this one. Kemper is going to be in net, I believe. I don't know why he wouldn't. I heard possible that he might not be, but why not? Confirmed. Darcy Kemper is in against Cam Talbot. That is an interesting game. What about their weekly schedule? I don't think I looked at this. Arizona shouldn't be too tired. Minnesota might be sacked a bit. They had 2 days off. Maybe not. Should be okay. And as far as injuries, I think Foligno is back. So it's just Darcy Kemper. Darcy Kemper can always do some crazy stuff, right? Okay. Bill T. Five, two, Wild. Jacket. 3-2 AZ. Wow, Jacket's going AZ. Gideon going with the Yotes too. 4-3 AZ. I'm going to go AZ. It's faster. Good idea, Jacket. Good idea. Avatar 4-1 Wild. Hintalian 4-3 Wild. CL 4-2 Wild. Weichel 2-1 Wild. Hook 4-2 Wild. Serrano 3-2 Wild. And Mercer 4-3 Wild. I'm all over the map with this one. I'm not sure. Like the Wild could come out crushing. Arizona could have a tough time scoring, or they could come out flying. Like this game to me is like so fadey. I don't even want to touch it. Perlo, I'm just going to say 3-1 Wild. I got the Wild too. Steele is going with 4-3 Yotes. Yeah, I'm really conflicted about that game. First of all, I don't know how good Kemper is going to be. He did play one game already. He could just steal games. And Arizona is a way better, different team when he's in between the pipes. Who's that? One of whose what's one of his Pro Joe's faves? It's like a playoff game, yeah. Arizona needs this game like big time. I doubt if they lose, it's not for a lack of trying, I think, with that game. Okay, now this is a weird one. The Senators versus the Flames. Pretty sure it's Murray against Markstrom. They haven't said Murray yet. Still projected. Markstrom likely. The Senators just flew all the way across Canada to play this game. The Calgary Flames, can you really trust the Calgary Flames right now to beat any? Like, they look better lately. This is a grab bag of a game here. I have an idea what I have something that I put in for this, but it's a weird kind of game. Jacket, I know Jacket really likes the Sens. 3-1 Sens. Hook 1-0 Flames. That's a Whitechapel. Oh, we got way more. I gotta start with Jacket. Hintillion. (3-1 Sens). Whitechapel 5-0. Senators. Wow. Hook 1-0 Flames. Serrano 4-3 Flames. Gideon 6-1 Flames. He played not too bad since he come back, but I agree it's hard to trust Murray for sure. Bill T. 4-2 Flames. Mercer 3-0 Sens. CL 3-2 Flames. You're a Leafs fan? Okay. We're on the Flames and Senators now, Hockey News reports. Steele 2-1 Sens. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Anything can happen, but you got to figure a team that just traveled all the way across Canada is going to be, at the disadvantage here. They just went through 3 time zones 2 days ago. Now they're young. The problem is we don't have faith in the Flames, right? 5-2 Flames from Avatar. Perlo, I'm going to go 3-2 Flames. I think they'll eke it out. I'm going to go 3-2 Flames myself as well. You can't put links in the descriptions for some reason. The YouTube won't allow it in the description. I don't have his link. I should have got him to do that. I'll message him and tell him to put. I'll message him on Facebook and tell him to put it in the description. I never thought about that. I could do that. They're talking about a bubble for playoffs, yeah. I think they probably will. I think they really have. It's the safest way to go. I doubt they won't. I think they're probably going to have it, yeah, for sure. Okay, we got a lot of new people in here. Sens 5-2 against Calgary, really? Wow. Yeah, it's just that long flight. Seems like a good spot for Calgary here. Otherwise, all things being equal, I probably would go with the Senators, but... Oh, okay, I got you. So, okay, what was I going to say? Oh, shoot. Too bad you got to go, Gideon. Avatar had 5-2. Yeah, I got it. So we'll go to the next game then. If you're new, you just tell me the score and who's going to win. And you collect points, and don't worry about it. You're not behind. You can catch up points really fast. Players, no, they don't, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a bubble. Next game, Canadiens versus Oilers. Now, the Oilers, the Canadians are another team that just flew across the country for this game. They're also playing 4 games in 6. The Oilers just beat a beat up Winnipeg team last game, and now they got a fairly beat up Montreal team this game. I think that they should win. Montreal is not just behind them, but is behind them in the standings, and they're trying to make sure they stay ahead of Calgary. Edmonton's trying to catch Winnipeg for home ice advantage in the playoffs. As far as goaltenders, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Price, but they probably Smith and Price. Yeah, it's confirmed. Carey Price versus Smith is confirmed. I don't have a Discord link. I've tried. I don't know how to do it. Four, 2 Oilers. Bill T. 5-0 Oilers. Steele. 6-2 Oilers. A lot of trouncing going on here. Avatar. 4-0 Oilers. Serrano. 3-2 Oilers. Weichel. 6-0 Oilers. You're a Toronto fan, right? Weichel or whatever. You're a Toronto fan, so that makes sense. Mercer, 5-2 Oilers. Yes, Obi will resign, no doubt about it. CL, 5-3 Oilers. Nobody's taken Montreal at all. Jacket, did I miss yours, buddy? It's harder to do this than you think. 3-1 Oilers. Everybody's taking the Oilers. And Mercer, 5-2 Oilers. Okay, we got it. You like all teams? Yeah, I'm like that too. I just love hockey, but I am an Oilers and a Philadelphia Flyers fan. I'm becoming a pretty big Vegas Golden Knights fan too. I really like Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, I got it. Oh gosh, I don't know. We'll have to do that. We'll continue talking about the playoffs and what they're going to look like all through as we do this. Yeah, I don't mind Montreal, but I gotta admit they're not my favorite team in the world. Devondra Singh, welcome everybody. Devondra Singh hype, first time in the chat. Devondra, if you want, you can play. We're doing each game that I post up here. You tell me who you think's going to win and what the score is going to be, and you can get points and prizes. Yeah, sub. Yeah, cool if you could sub to the channel. That would be awesome. That would be great. Okay. Next game. Oh, are we done? Oh, we only have one more game to do. Sharks versus the Golden Knights, and then we'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff, whatever. Now, this is a little bit tricky because the Golden Knights are on a back-to-back. The Golden Knights are on a back-to-back. Robin Lehner should be playing here. Martin Jones is in for San Jose. But it's kind of hard to back San Jose on anything right now, isn't it? Let's see if anybody does. Okay, let me make sure I get to the first person. You don't like Brendan Gallagher? I do like Brendan Gallagher. Serrano. (4-1) Vegas. Jacket. 5-2 Vegas. Bill T. 6-3 Vegas. Avatar. 5-1 Vegas. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they keep him past this year. I think it's just too much change going on in a year like this. Like with all the players that they changed and now the coach, and very odd thing to do in a season like this where there's so much change already. 5-2. Okay, Hintlian 5-2 Vegas. He's a Vegas fan. Mercer 3-2 Vegas. Am I missing Gideon again? Because I haven't seen Gideon in a while. Maybe Gideon took off on us. Steele 6-2 Vegas. I love Marc-Andre Fleury. How could you not like Marc-Andre Fleury? You got to be the only human being on the planet that doesn't like Marc-Andre Fleury. I'm going to say Perlo. I didn't put one in for the Canadiens game, by the way. I'm going to say 4-0 Oilers. And I'm going to say I'm going to say 4-2 Vegas. 4-2 Vegas. Oh, Devondra put one in. Cool. The only Sharks is the first one Devondra gives is the only Sharks one. And in OT, going for the 7-pointer on the Sharks would blow everybody out of the water on this pick if they nailed that. Because nobody else has the Sharks at all here. How can you not be a huge fan of the... I know you're a huge... I'm a Flyers fan too, but he's just such an awesome human being. CL Vegas. CL takes 3-0 Vegas. Oh, you're a Washington Capitals fan. Man, we get a lot of Washington Capitals fans in here, right? Yeah, the only thing is they're back-to-back. It's the back-to-back that any team can really win against a team that's on a back-to-back. But San Jose has really looked bad. You're a Sharks fan, you don't like Fleury. I'm surprised how he's one of the nicest people you ever want to meet. Bill T. Oh, Hockey News Reports. Five, 3, Vegas for Hockey News Reports. Well, they tanked to get Crosby. But, I mean, still, I don't see how that's Fleury's fault. And, by the way, I'm not a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. And they went and traded Fleury and kept Murray and looked really bad doing it. So now I can be even more of a Fleury fan since he's in Vegas. And I really like Vegas anyways. 16 likes. Woo! What are your favorite players out there? We got 8 minutes. What are your favorite players? Since we're talking about it, we did our least liked players. I think I already talked about it. Mine was Stone and Brady Tkachuk and Fleury. What are your favorite players out there? See you, Kyle. You betcha, buddy. Go get your workout on. I do that too. I not as much as I would like, but or I probably should, but I like to try to hit the gym. Carey Price is your favorite player. Sorry, I talk crap about Carey. Not that I don't like him as a person, but he's not a good goaltender lately. Caps winning against Vegas. Okay. Favorites for you are McDavid, Stamkos, and Dougie Hamilton. Wow. That's an interesting combination right there. You got to love Stamkos. Ovi. I love Ovi. I love Ovi because he's so much fun. He's one of the funnest guys ever. Logan Couture. That's a good one. Oh, your favorites all time when he played? Oshie and Carlson. You're a big Caps fan, eh? Huge Caps fan. Bernie Federko? Is that Bernie Federko? I was kind of talking about in the league right now. John LeClaire. In the league right now. Price, Weber, Crosby. Okay. I love Crosby too. Just so, unfortunately, he had to be a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. Ovi's going to resign for sure. He's going to take a contract that's not going to kill. He'll probably take the most surprising contract ever. We'll be like, really? That's it? Patrick Waugh, really? Those are old players. Players in the league right now. What are the players in the league right now? What's your favorite players in the league right now? That's okay. I didn't really mention in the league right now when I did it, but I meant to say, who's your favorite players in the league right now? I should have said that's not on your team. I should have said who's not on your team. Mine is Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, either one. Brady Tkachuk though, more than Matthew. Brady Tkachuk, Stone. You don't have a fave player now, really? Wow. Not even McDavid? McDavid. I mean, you never want to say McDavid because it's so obvious, but you can't help but like it. David. You don't really have one. Wow. Tuck, Anderson, and Wilson. There you go. Hard banging, fast, big guys. I love Wilson too. And Tuck is amazing. Marchand? Really? Wow, that's one of the few people that are taking Marchand as their favorite player out that's not on their team. Wow. Hart? Yeah. I love Hart too. And he's going to rebound. Hart's going to rebound for sure. Yeah, he is an incredible talent. You never know what he's going to do next. You're tired of staying home, did you say? Yeah. I like Tom Wilson a lot. Yeah. It's unfortunate he's had some of the incidents he's had, but ooh, Besser. Besser's friggin' rocks. What a shot he's got coming off the wing. Incredible shot. Yeah, I like Besser a lot. Oh, Foligno's. Any Foligno. I love Foligno. Both of them. Minnesota and Columbus. And Toronto now, I guess. Oh, Carter Verhaeghe. Yeah, you got to like him. I actually like Mangiapane, too, from Calgary. Oh, Matthews. He's becoming one of the best defensive centers in the league. Some of his moves to take the puck off of people's stick when he's coming back are like Datsya type stuff. And his shot is insane. Yeah, Vasilevsky. Best goaltender in the league, probably, I would say. Well, okay, boys and girls. That's our full 42 today. Be back tomorrow, 3 to 5. We had so many people here today. I'm excited. Can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. Joey DeCord, yeah, he seems like a pretty cool dude. Bobby Ryan, nice one. Jake Evans, Cizikas, and Jason Dickinson. Jason Dickinson might not be a fourth liner for long. His offensive upside's looking pretty good. But we got to go. I got to go. Jonathan Huberdeau is fantastic. That's our full 42. Be back tomorrow. Steel Flyers, www.steelflyers.com. Hopefully we'll have a guest on tomorrow as well. I'm not sure if that's going to... Oh, Joe. We might have Pro Joe on tomorrow. That's right. Pro Joe probably on tomorrow. Devondra, thanks for coming in. Everybody, big hype for Devondra. First time in the chat as far as I know. And I will be here tomorrow, 3 to 5 Eastern, probably with Pro Joe. Go check out Sports Fanatic News, man. He's amazing. Have a